our product sites. And how do you assign products to those sites? Well, a product site is a company's locations where your products are stored. Now, this site can be a site that just stores stock, where you purchase stock into, sell stock out of, or manufacture stock, or any combination thereof. You also define product information specific to the site. You can view stock movement information for each stock status, and view total quantity received and amounts, as well as view stock information. Now, a majority of the information comes from the settings defined for the product category and product. Now, in defining the product site, you define the header, where you select the appropriate product and site you are defining information for. You cannot modify the product status or the stocking unit of measure. You then define your management tab, where most of the defaults come from the product category. However, these can be modified, including stock management, stock count, management of use by and recontrol, sampling mode details, quality control, and location management. Then there's a planning tab. In the planning section, this defines the demand and firm horizons for the product. You set up reordering. This indicates whether the product must be reordered by MRP, MPS, the reorder process with threshold, or periodic replenishment. And you define the lead times for production, quality control, purchasing, and picking. On the stock tab, this is where you view information for internal and external stock movement based on stock status. You can also view current stock allocations for each stock status and BP allocation. On the Totals tab, you can view receipt and issue totals for specific fiscal years and period range. On the Calculated Data tab, you can manually enter safety stock, reorder point, maximum stock, and EOQ, or view the same totals calculated by MRP, and this is used for replenishment. On the Manufacturing tab, this is where you define information such as production and cost routing, automatic cost percentage, and the method of correction specific to the manufacturing process. And then we have our Cost tab to define the evaluation method specific to the product site combination. You can also determine how other costs are defined and unit price information. On the Counts tab, you can view information regarding physical counts performed, such as whether a count is currently in process, the last global stock count, the number of counts, and the number of accurate counts. Now, on the Warehouse tab, this is only available if warehouses are activated for a site, and then you define the default warehouse allocation and issue flows. Now, after defining your product and your product category, you can assign the product to a product site and then take advantage of the different areas of defining or definition at the product site level. Now, to do that, we go to Common Data, we go to our Products block, and our Product Site function. So to assign a product to a new site, we click New, and then we add in the product itself. And then we select the site that we would like to add the product to. Now, with the product itself and the site, all the defaults come through from the product and the product category, but as mentioned, you can make modifications. On the Management tab, you can make modifications as far as stock management, and that's going to be including your quality control settings, default location, expiration settings as well. On our Planning tab, as we mentioned earlier, you can make modifications for replenishment, also your lead time levels. You decided here you wanted to add lead time because this product is manufactured, and say production lead time of 10 working days. On our Stock tab, as we mentioned earlier, that's basically going to show your stock levels. Our Totals tab, you can basically view the information for the stock totals by fiscal year and periods, as well as receipts and issues. Calculated Data tab, as mentioned earlier, is basically used for replenishment calculations. Your Manufacturing tab, routings and weighings. And also your Cost tab for valuation methods. Your Accounts tab for the account summary. And of course, if your warehouse managed, you're able to enter allocations and issues flows and then select the product warehouse on the right panel. Now, after completion of making any kind of modifications you need to, and then you click create to generate the link between the product and the product site. Now we can view it here as well just by entering in the product, and it'll show the different sites that this product is linked to. And we added it to NA012, and as you can see, NA012 is now in the list of sites that this product is connected to, or the product will be stocked at or manufactured at. And now you know how to define and assign products to product sites.